If you have been running Google Ads for your towing business and you have noticed your clicks have dropped suddenly with Google Ads, then you are not alone. In this video, I'll walk you through some of the common reasons why this can happen and what you can do to bring your traffic back up without overspending. So let's get started. So guys, we're in our Google Ads dashboard, and if you're a towing service business and you're running Google Ads, but you have experienced a sudden drop in the number of clicks, then in this video, we're going to go through some of the ways or strategies that you can apply to increase the number of clicks you are getting. So I have helped towing service businesses to generate phone calls with Google Ads, and this is one of our example accounts. This is also a local service business with the main goal of generating as many phone calls as possible with Google Ads. And as you can see, the last 14 days data, and we have generated 224 phone calls and 124 conversions. And this is the cost per conversion, and this is how much we've spent. And this is the number of phone calls we may have received several times. And these are mostly phone call related conversions. And I have other case studies as well, and you can see some of them from here. And also, if you want, you can check from my website as well. So based on my experience, I'm going to share some of the strategies that you can apply to increase the number of clicks you're getting. So first of all, to be as detailed as possible, I try to give some suggestions. Maybe some of them are working with your accounts or websites, but I'm gonna tell you as options anyways. So you should check your website or landing page and make sure that they're working. So maybe your landing page or website is not working properly. Maybe people are having a hard time to visit your website or landing page. Or maybe you have some other problems with your landing page. So maybe you have a landing page speed problem. Maybe it is taking longer than it should. Maybe let's say it is taking 7 seconds or 10 seconds to load. So that can also be a problem. But the main problem could be if the website is not working, if the website doesn't show up. Usually Google would send an email to you saying your landing page URL or final URL is not working and your ads may be disapproved. So that would be one of the options, and you need to make sure that your landing pages are working. A quick reminder, if you want to know how I got 2x more phone calls using 2 key strategies in Google Ads, click the link in the description below and I'll send you the video of how I did that for free. And the next thing or less, you should review your bid strategy limits. For example, you might be using certain campaigns, and as you can see, I'm using certain bid strategies. And if I'm going to scroll down, you can see them. Some of them are target CPA, some of them are manual CPC, some of them are maximize clicks. So all of them can have some limitations. For example, if you are using some limitations with target CPA, and let's say your cost per conversion is $20 or $25, and you're putting a target CPA of $9 or $10, you might get a couple of clicks per day. And previously, you might be getting like 30 or 40 clicks per day. And if you have put this kind of limit with target CPA, you might get like 3 clicks, 5 clicks. It can dramatically reduce the number of clicks because you are putting unrealistic target CPA. Also, it can happen with manual CPC bid strategy. If your cost per click limits are, let's say, in the industry or in your location, $5 on average, but you're putting $2, $2.50, you might significantly reduce the number of clicks you might get. So the same can happen with maximized clicks. Again, if your average CPC in your location is $5 and you're putting $2, $2.50, that can also limit the number of clicks you're getting. Also, the keywords might be problem. Maybe your match types are causing the problem. Maybe you have switched recently from broader match type to tighter match type. So you can also check them as well by going to the keyword section. So these are the list of keywords we have. And as you can see, some of them are exact match, some of them are broad match, because in my case, in this location, broad match is working, but broad match may not work all the time. And you have to add lots and lots of negative keywords. So maybe you have switched from, let's say, broad match to phrase match, or from phrase match to exact match. And that can reduce the number of clicks you're getting. Because the tighter the match type, the higher the quality of the keywords can be, but the number of clicks you're getting can be much lower. So you should be careful and make sure that even if you are using tighter match types, the number of clicks you are getting should not drop significantly. And you can check that one as well. Make sure that even if you are using exact match or phrase match, you should be getting clicks, or make sure that you haven't made changes to your match types. And the next thing in our list, you may have made changes to your location targeting settings. So if you're going to go to locations, so these are the list of locations we're using. and make sure that you are not reducing the bits for certain locations. As you can see from here, we cannot see the bit adjustments, but you can easily adjust the bits of these locations. For example, I can click on edit, I can change bit adjustments, and I can increase or reduce the bits for these locations. And make sure that at least you haven't reduced the bits for these locations. These can also be the factor which are limiting the number of clicks you are getting. But if you haven't made changes to this location targeting and you haven't reduced the bit limits, it is fine, and the problem might not be related to the location targeting. And the next thing on our list, you should check your device bit adjustments. So we're gonna go to Insights and Reports, and we're gonna go to When and Where Ads Showed, and we can see the device from here. As you can see, we have reduced bits for certain devices, but make sure that at least mobile phones do not have negative bit adjustments. So as you can see, mobile phones have positive bit adjustments, and we can check from here. We haven't made any bit adjustments with that one. Again, from here as well. But that's what you should see at least. And you should not reduce the bit adjustments of mobile phones, because mobile phones can be one of the main devices for towing industry to generate phone calls. And make sure that you haven't put negative bit adjustments for mobile phones. And that can also significantly reduce the number of clicks you can get. And that can also be different if you're using automated bidding strategies. But I'm talking about in general, you should not reduce the bits for mobile phones if you're running Google Ads for a towing business. And the next thing on our list, you should inspect the ads, keywords, or campaigns which have been disapproved. So to find all the list of keywords, ads, and campaigns which have been disapproved, you can go to the disapproval section. So we're gonna go to the tools, and from here we can go to troubleshooting and click on policy manager. And from here you can see certain ads or maybe ad extensions which have been disapproved, and we have certain extensions which have been disapproved. But in your case, if you have lots of ads or keywords or extensions which have been disapproved, and if you can see them here, those might be the factors which might be causing you to have lower number of clicks. As you can see, we have business logo extension disapproved, business name extension disapproved. Again, these are not the things, even if you add them, I don't think they can significantly increase the number of clicks you can get. So if you have sudden traffic drop, there should be some serious reasons, such as your ads are not showing up, or your landing page is not working, or there might be something wrong with your targeting. So that's how you can check the disapproved ads or extensions from here. And the next thing on our list, and this could be one of the ways that you can apply if you don't know the exact reason, which is going to the change history and finding the exact date when the number of clicks dropped, and you can see that date, and from that date you need to find the exact changes you have made, and those changes could be the main reasons why you have sudden drop in the number of clicks you're getting. So we're going to go to campaigns and scroll down and click on change history, and as you can see, these are the number of changes that I've made, for example, and by scrolling down, you can see the exact specific changes. And for example, you can find the exact date, and from that date, let's say you have sudden drop in the number of clicks. And you can analyze what changes have you made, and those changes resulted in sudden drops in the number of clicks you're getting. And with that way, you can troubleshoot and increase the number of clicks you're getting. Sometimes if I need to find certain reasons or certain problems with my Google Ads accounts, I can use this strategy, and it can help as well if you don't know the exact reasons why that might be happening with your account. So you need to go one by one to each one of the changes you have made and analyze them and try to restore the changes. Sometimes you may not be able to undo the changes, and you need to go ahead and manually change and try to restore your traffic with that way. So guys, these are some of the ways you can implement to improve the number of traffic you can get. And there might be other tricky scenarios as well, which I have experienced myself in the past. And even after you have made these changes and you're not experiencing increase in the number of clicks you're getting, but I think most probably you can fix with these ways. But even if you can't fix them after implementing these changes, you can contact me as well, because I've solved some tricky situations like this and restore the campaign performance, because the less clicks you are getting can result in the less number of conversions, and overall the business performance may go down. That's why I would suggest you to seriously consider these changes, and if you cannot fix that, you can contact me as well. Otherwise, that's how you can make changes to your campaigns. So guys, again, if you want to know how I doubled the number of phone calls using 2 effective strategies with Google Ads, you can click the link in the description below and I'll send a video of how I did that for free. Or if you guys want my help to generate phone calls to your towing business, again, you can contact me as well and we can see whether we can work together. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching this video and see you guys in my other videos.